I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at the Clone Conspiracy, issue number 2. Can Peter Parker trust these new reanimated versions of his friends, or is there something bigger going on? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So the comic opens on a rather interesting, unexpected note. We check on in with Kane the Scarlet Spider. You'll remember him from the end of the Spider-Verse event. If memory serves, he turned into a giant spider monster, and it looked like he was going to die, but then he was fine, and then we just never ever saw him again, even in the Web Warriors book. As we discover, this former Spider-Man clone himself has actually been jumping from universe to universe, combating New You and the clone threat on a multiversal level. Yeah, this isn't just a main Earth problem, it would seem. Now, back on the main Earth, an enraged Dr. Octopus is threatening to pull Spider-Man's skin off with his tentacles. Oh sure, pulling off skin sounds like a good idea now, Otto, but what are you gonna do with that skin when you're done? You gonna let it go to waste? You gonna make a creepy lamp out of it? Ock is actually stopped by the Jackal, who says that killing Spider-Man was never actually part of his plan. In fact, he wants to give Peter a tour of his facility. Much like he's been throughout this series, the Jackal has actually been pretty laid back and affable. In fact, he even jokes with Peter about changing his costuming, saying that, you know, Yoda in a purple Speedo just wouldn't get him any respect in 2016. The Jackal is so confident in his new cloning, reanimation, New You technology, he takes Spider-Man and shows him a room filled to bursting with a bunch of his old dead foes. Oh, hey, look, it's Jack-o'-lantern and Hitman and the Kangaroo, and a bunch of other, you know, just real winners. Jackal says, and this is actually pretty interesting, that everything he's been doing with reanimation has been for Spider-Man, to make up for Jackal's own sins, but also to, you know, help Spider-Man deal with that thing that has always dogged him throughout his career, and that is the death of the innocent. Now, with reanimation, no one need ever die. Furthermore to that, even though all these bad guys have come back from the dead, they don't want to fight. Jackal's putting them to work on better, good things, and they're even being watched over by all of Peter Parker's resurrected old friends, like the Prowler, like Jean DeWolf, and even Captain Stacy. Miles Warren wants Spider-Man to help him further his goals of making the world a better place through reanimation, but before these two can finish this conversation, the Gwen clone, who wasn't setting off Peter Parker's spider sense, is revealed to not actually be a clone at all. She's Spider-Gwen, the Spider-Woman we saw in the pages of Spider-Verse, who got her own popular spin-off book and who is now back again for the first time meeting Peter Parker. Yeah, she's actually here to help. The clone, as we discover, was actually grabbed by Kane and taken to Horizon Labs for some studying. You see, as we discover, Kane has actually been waging a one-man war against New You and their clones across the multiverse, and that every new universe he goes to, it all ends the same. New You shows up, their clones eventually malfunction and become a horde of terrible zombies, but to make matters worse, it's Peter Parker who helped them get that way. The Clone Conspiracy number 2 was definitely something of a swerve. I can honestly say I wasn't expecting this issue to do half of what it ended up doing. In fact, the whole story and event has kind of been reframed for me. It's not so much a spiritual successor now to all those old Spider-Man clone stories. No, it seems to be more of a direct sequel to Spider-Verse. I do appreciate too that Dan Slott has managed to zero in on probably one of Spider-Man's biggest hang-ups, and that is death, more specifically the deaths he wished he could have stopped. What the Jackal is essentially doing here is offering him a devil's deal, a scenario wherein not only no one would ever have to die again, but every death that he was either responsible for, either directly or indirectly, could be back again. It's a heck of a proposal, and I'll be interested to see what this does to the character of Peter Parker moving forward. All the same though, I would actually give this issue a 7.5 out of 10. It's showing a good deal of improvement. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.